Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathy. Today I wanted to show you my third set of layouts that we did at the Close to My Heart album retreat in October. So again, we used the Artbooking cartridge to make all the layouts that we made that weekend. So and I'm going to show you one of them in particular that came from the Artbooking handbook so that you can see how we put the layout together. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one I wanted to show you is a layout called 10 Things I Love, and if you actually go to page 81 in the Artbooking handbook, you'll see that there's two layouts that we call them the teen layouts. So we took some of the images from this page to make this. So the main key is the 10 things, and then you get the 1 through 10 down here, which we use from this page. But we also, what they did is they cut this overlay, which is like a starburst theme, and we actually put it down on the white cardstock before we laid down the layout, and we sprayed it with like really lightly with some Whisper ink in one of our spritz bottles. So we did that first before we actually put the layout down. So that's kind of a neat technique. It's very subtle. So I actually really enjoy this layout, and I like it because it's non-traditional. It's not like your usual kind of large pictures and stuff. It's really a layout to talk about yourself and some of the things that you love, which is great. So you know, when we made the layout too, we put the 1 through 10, and then we have the little flags coming out so you could describe your pictures 1 through 10, that things that you love. So I really love this layout. The last three layouts I'm going to show you, I'm going to be talking a lot about the colors. Like these colors, this one's not as dramatic as the other ones, but for the other ones in particular, they use colors that I would never think to use together. So I really like that because it kind of makes you think outside the box and think of things. So I really like this technique, the way you kind of just alter it. You cut it twice, but then you kind of layer it over each other, just staggered a little bit. I really like that look. So that is the first layout I'm going to show you of the last three layouts. Okay, so for this layout, this is what I'm talking about as far as the color goes. I would never put these colors together on my own. So what I love about going to these retreats or like Close to My Heart events is that we get to see things that I wouldn't do, which I like to sort of learn so that I can kind of, you know, think outside the box a little bit. But it really works with the pictures. Fortunately, before we went to the album retreat, they told us, they actually showed us the layouts, which they've never done, which was nice, because then we could pick the pictures that we wanted to put on them. So just a couple things about this layout. Again, we used the spritzing technique, so very subtly we sprayed the white daisy cardstock before we laid the layout down. And when we sprayed it, we kind of sprayed it from this angle so that it kind of was like darker here, and then it kind of goes softer towards that, and then we did the opposite for the other one, it kind of darker there. So that's just a point of interest basically. When you do stuff like that, it just makes it a little bit different. And then on this day, so this is actually in the mini album set section of the Artbooking handbook, but this is my point. Like if you want to make it, like it's not that big when you actually cut it out from the cartridge on the size that they recommend, because it's actually made for a mini album. But you can use your real dial size and just cut it to the size that you want. So I really like that. We have that option to just cut it down to whatever size that we want. So I'm just going to show you quickly. So here it is, and it's meant to be used on this 8x8. Sorry, I'm not sure if that's focusing. It's meant to be used on this 8x8 travel album, and it's right here. But if you cut it down at 8 inches like it recommends, it'll be a lot smaller. So because it's meant to fit on the mini. So what you do is you just set real dial size, and then they probably set the size to, I would guess that's probably 3.5 or so, and then you can cut it as big as you want. So you can use it for your album pages. I really like that. And then the only other technique that we did quite a bit on this one is we just took cardstock and used tone on tone. We have these background stamps that we use quite a bit. They're called geometric background stamps for these layouts, and so again it just adds a little bit of interest. It doesn't take hardly any time at all, but it just adds some interest to your layouts, some texture, I would say. So that is the second last layout that I'm going to show. Okay, so this is the last layout that I'm going to show, and this took quite some time to actually pull together. I'm not even sure where to start, but I love how it turned out. It's one of those layouts where, you know, if you put the effort into it, and even though there's a lot of intricacies to get this layout to come together, it is so fabulous, you know, once you're done. And again, these are colors that I would not have put together. I'm just so was so amazed by that this weekend. So the weekend of the album retreat. So for this layout, you cut this overlay, which is all the circles, and then what you have to do is actually cut all the circles down. So I think there's about 4 or 5 different sizes of circles that we used. So in order to kind of make this, you had to put all the circles on the back side first, which is what took the longest. And then you just put the layout together. We used a lot of different paper packs in this layout. Well, just different colors, I guess. Like this one is from our Sparkle and Shine, which is our, you know, this year's Christmas kind of paper pack. And then this one here is from, we used a lot of the assortments that go with My Crush albums. So we kind of use those in our layouts throughout the weekend. So this is just a little 4x4 piece of cardstock with different words on it that we put behind there. So we actually, and then again, this one is from the, and it's from the Besties, My Besties assortment. And so this is another sticker. So we actually use those throughout the weekend on all of our pages, which was really neat how you don't have to kind of get those and only use them for your My Crush albums, which is kind of like Smashbook albums. You can use them on your scrapbook pages as well. So yeah, this is the final layout that I wanted to show you. So thank you so much for watching. You know, if you watched all 3 videos or my other videos, and subscribing to your channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Next weekend I'm going to be showing, there's a mini album that we made, again, out of the Artbooking cartridge at the album retreat. So that's what I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to be showing you an organizational video for like how to organize your stamp sets and your embellishments and things like that. So that'll be coming up as well. I might put that up as an extra video next weekend. We'll see how it goes. So thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting. Thanks. Bye-bye.